Okay, so most things should work, I think. Microphone does have feed. This is good. Testing audio. Things should work. Hey, it works. Okay, so I think I said today we'd be doing Witcher 3. I'm kinda known for lying. Because, I get a goal in my head, and I really want to get the goal, and then all I can see is the goal. And last time I really wanted to reach reinforced iron plate in our big shiny factory. So today we're going to work on the big shiny factory. And also after this I need to end up scheduling another dentist appointment, so that's going to be fun. Currently, before I forget to mention, the plan for next week is Tuesday at 8 a.m. and then I think I'm going to reschedule the Thursday stream into Friday morning, because I think Thursday night I have to wake up a little bit early, which means that I'm going to want to go to sleep a little bit early, which means that I'm not going to have time to stream. So yeah, currently the plan is Tuesday and Friday at 8 a.m. this coming week for streams. And I promise we'll do more Witcher 3. After all, I still need to reach Skellige. Haven't even tried to get there yet. That's going to be fun. Okay. We need to mark out the openings for iron rods. Which should be over there. Excuse me. Yeah, we have not even started on these assemblers yet. Heck, we've barely even gotten through part of these. Okay, so that's iron ingot into iron plate. That's not what I'm looking for. Steel ingot to iron rod. It's these. Okay, so they already have intakes. Actually, this is really easy because I think our three steel things are those ones, which is still pretty easy because it is like right here, but it is going to take a little bit of weaving over the lines. Okay, so all those hooked up. That is. Is that a line? That's a line. Ooh, that's a line. Okay, so you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna spin those around. because if we are going this way anyway, and each of those is 60, so that's 180. Yeah, so a Mark 3 is going to be needed. What if we, instead of doing it that way, yeah, that was, I don't know if you actually caught that on the mic, but that was probably my stomach growling. Sorry about that. So I am going to put that's in line with there, so 1, 2. Okay, so that actually comes out pretty nice. Take a conveyor Mark 3. You lined up right once. Hang on, you almost did it. Come the hell on. Ha ha ha. That is not straight. The one above it is straight. What the hell's going on here? Conveyor belt's too steep. What the fuck's you mean too steep? I don't know why the devs make it so interesting to place things. Okay, but that is a straight shot. To there. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make one long line. Then I hate when it doesn't let you crouch and jump. That gets shunted into there. Beautiful. And that solves our piping issue. Now I just need to make sure, because we need to finish up with, well, this is going to end up going towards some stuff later on. We need to get iron rods and iron plates all worked out. Steel screws are also going to be a thing. Need to change my freaking DPI to get this right. Long distance construction is not easy when you're trying to be precise. Okay, so that gets all of that. Okay, so now we need the splitters. And really, they eat so little that, like, a tier 1 can work. And I'm just going to work on lining all of this. Faster I get the initial set done, the faster we can work on the final set. Ooh, that's actually off by 1. Okay, hang on. Okay, I want that to be like all one line. that's going to go in there. You're getting attached to that. And you're getting attached to that. And that should be all of it. It's just a matter of getting you. Trying to line it up with the marks on the concrete. Because I like everything to be nice and precise that way. Fuck. And voila. Okay, so 36, 72 plus 72 is 144. Plus the 36. Is that actually one too many? Where is, hang on. I need to attempt to do, give me like 2 seconds here. I want to go starting screen for a moment. So that I can figure out, modeler. Just need to pop this open for a second so I can look at the flow charts. That. So, according to that. Okay, so I designed it to have 5 producing steel rods just so that I could have some extras. Where's the actual number? Because if I'm making just extra, I can take off the 1 and be fine. .3. That's the only number I'm seeing for rods. . 8.3 and 2.5. So I need at least 11. Yeah, I think I made extra and then didn't quite account for the added steel. So 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 16. I'm going to leave that as is, because most of our rods are going to 2 places. And the thing about them going to 2 places means that if I do it right, I can make like a very short, not a load balancer, but like a redistributor in case any of them have an overflow. Okay, but now we're on to the next phase. In order to get reinforced plate, I need to work on screws. But also, I want to see what our numbers are for outputs of the rods. Should be relatively high because it's a steel to iron recipe. Oh, no, these. 48 rods per machine, and there's like 16. So yeah, it would take at least 2 lines to move all of these. Which really isn't that bad, all things considered. I mean, that could have been a lot worse. And then these are iron ingots. Did I wire those up? I think I wired those up. Yep. Oh, I made it. Okay, that's iron ingot to iron plate. Okay, so this is relatively easy. I didn't even really check that, but that looks about right. The hard part is going to be adjusting for the screws. The screws are going to be an absolute nightmare. Okay, so each of these needs 30 iron plate. Each of these are only producing 20. Ah ha ha. That's the other thing we need to work on. We need to get concrete, because I don't have any limestone currently wired up. We're gonna get to the point where I need even more iron plate. Fortunately, I think we can get through all of this without running out, but we are getting there. Although what I like about wiring everything just up to there is this is going to be a very short series of paths. Yeah, so that's 30 iron plate per thing. I did that wrong. But how much fucking steel is... Yeah, gobble that up. Gobble that while you're at it. Gobble that while you're at it. Actually, gobble that instead. Okay, we are starting work on our third line of production out of 6. We are nowhere near done, but at least starting on line 3 is good. Well, line 3 of actual production, not just smelting ore into ingot. And the blueprint for my support strut is still standing. See? Support struts. 2 of them, side by side. It's going to be insane when these things fire up. Can you eat those real quick? Actually, hang on. Got a couple of these things. Eat these. Okay, now eat those. Okay, I've got enough rods. I've got 330 concrete, which isn't a whole lot. I'll go and pick up another stack of that just to kind of fill us out. Oh, hello, Alex. I'm sorry I didn't see your messages before. How do you put more items onto the hotbar? So first you got to open this, or sorry, this. And I think it's just a matter of pressing the number you want. So right now I've got the Mark 1 on there, so that should, yeah. So I just clicked the number 4 on the keyboard, the numbers above the alphabet keys. It might work if you do use the numpad as well. So open that back up. And since I want the level 1, now it opens up the level 1. And then there's also something you can do, because that 1 where my left hand is, not the power pole, but the actual number 1. If you press Alt and use the scroll wheel, you get 10 other, or 9 other, lines that you can hotbar things into. So this is just like my general building one, because it kind of works. I haven't really worked out too much else. This is general water. Last time I played with this was before we had Mark II stuff for water, which you can tell because number 5 is still keyed in for level 1 pipes. And then I haven't done anything with the other seven notches. So yeah, when you want to put an item onto the hotbar, open up your construction menu, hover your mouse over the item, and press one of the numbers. Anything from 1 to 0 will work. And if you want even more stuff, use Alt and the scroll wheel to switch between different hotbars. The lines up above look really nice. The lines down here, I'm a little bit less sure of. Giant fucking circuit board going on over there. Looks actually kind of pretty from a distance, but up close and personal, that's a mess. So I'm going to start from that end and work our way toward the middle, because I'm pretty sure we're going to use up all of these. I was running so quick. Can't talk. I was running so quick over that ridge that I actually flew. That's nice. And then that's just like our supplementary little iron line, because apparently I did my math wrong somewhere. Okay, so I'm going to need a bunch of level 1 conveyors. They each produce 20. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, so I'm going to do a 21. Because that still comes out nice, and I can use mergers. Ah, it's all fine. Glad I could be of help. So, nope. Need a merger. The hard part about building all of this from the bottom is that I am miles from everything that I wanted to try and build, and lining everything up is difficult. Batch them all into groups of 3. I'm probably just going to end up having Satisfactory helps my slow and complicated game fix. Yep. Yep. It's a great game for people who like, well, not just people who like organizing things, but it scratches the make everything nice and neat itch. It can be as neat as you want or as messy. Okay, so I've got all that worked out. So before I mess around too much, I want to try and count out. Just do that. So that's, hold on. Try and count out how many of those we have. Because this is going to go one of 2 ways. Either this is all going to work out nice and neat, or I'm going to develop a problem and it is going to give me a headache. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, so that's 280, which is too much for a level 3 belt. That actually kinda sorta works. Or, I mean, the other one's only 21. $21 times 20 is 420. So I could. Ooh, but how do I make that go both ways? How do I make that go both ways? Can I put you there and still have, like, nice, neat things? I would like to have nice, neat things. Is that possible? Well, it would help if I put a merger there instead of a splitter. That's kind of half the problem. Can't make you do it that way. Ooh, you can do it that way. So this will work. Okay, and then each of those eats 30. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I just said 420 up to 440. Divided by 30. Ah, but the 420 actually works out to a nice and even number. Fuck you, game. It's only gonna be it's only gonna be a short level 4 build. Yeah, Twitch is fun. 420, 420, 420 divided by 30. 10, 300, 4 left out. Yep, 10, 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Ha! Hear that beast purring from here. God dang it. Okay, so I need that to split into all of these and somehow play nice. Put down one splitter. Put down 2 splitters. Put down 3 splitters. 4 splitters. Nope, that's in the wrong spot. Now 4 splitters. So any math you hear me doing out right now, that's me all doing in my head. But for the factory plan, if you go to Steam, there's actually a Satisfactory tool game thing that you can kind of download. It's called Satisfactory Planner, I believe. Hang on, let me just flip to my home screen real quick and I'll... Satisfactory Modeler. So it's not... I minimized my feedback. Yeah, the modeler, yeah. It's not Satisfactory itself, and it's not like a third-party official thing, I don't think. But it has all the numbers. It's fairly good. I think it has all the alternate recipes. I have not checked, and I cannot speak for higher tier stuff. Yeah, the number of... Okay, so you see where it says complete phase 3 up in the top right corner? I have based the entire layout up above from one side over here to that side over there to produce everything to complete phase 3 in roughly an hour and a half. When this factory kicks on, it is going to take 100 minutes to get phase 3 done. Which is just enough time to go exploring and looking for hard drives and stuff. And also possibly build up a tiny backlog of extra materials. But that's entirely different, because problems. Big problems. Okay, so that needs to go one way, that needs to go the other way, that... Okay. Okay. How am I gonna play with you? I need to figure out how I'm going to connect all these. Because this might not be the prettiest connection. Okay, hang on. I'm going to connect all these. Why do you do that, Satisfactory? Why? See, it works in one direction, and for some reason it does not work in the other direction, and I do not know why. That's a splitter, you absolute ding. Wait, no, it needs to be a splitter. So what is that? Wait, why is... Did I build those the wrong way then? I think I did. Oh, no. Straight mode break, go normal. Yeah. Okay, hang on. I need to redo a bunch of these connections because I didn't put the thing up top. So the connections ended up facing the wrong direction. Which is a good thing I noticed early, because that could have become a big problem later on. Is that where you need to be? That's where you need to be. I think, right? Yes. That is where that needs to be. Okay. And that you slimy fuck. I'm half a notch off. Okay, so I can just delete these now because these are all going the wrong way, and I will rebuild them. I wish if these weren't connected to anything, there were a way to, like, hot flip them backwards. I've got kind of a weird sense of humor. That. Okay. Splitters. I am also a little bit short on attention span because this is like... It is morning where I am, as in is the AM. And this is like my nighttime because I work in nights, so my sense of humor gets a little bit wonky during the day. If you do... I'd hesitate on that just because, like, I work with a guy with a weird sense of humor, and that's kind of Why are you not connecting? Why are you not connecting? What do you mean it's too steep? What are you fucked up with? Yeah, I don't get that joke. I mean, aside from the standard trope of, like, tacos and, you know, happen to run to the bathroom, but I don't particularly get that joke. Straight. Okay, it worked. I'd somehow built that belt one notch further than it was supposed to. I have no idea how that happened. Okay, so that's all wired up. Gotta get this side wired up now. Wired up. Did I just build that through the... you unholy piece of ding-dong. You know, they say beauty is in the eye of the beholder. I find that jokes are the similar way. Everyone's got a different sense of humor. Some are genuinely better than others, but, you know. Always nice to hear new jokes. Okay, so how... Okay, so I want to merge everything into here. Conveyor belt mark 3. Okay, that's going to be too long. So, you are going... I'm going to put that to default so I don't fuck it up. I hope this works. I really hope this works. I'm going to do that. Okay, that should have connected those. How long have you been a streamer? I have been streaming for almost a year now. This is not my first round streaming, though. I have streamed in the past, but under a different name, and that channel didn't really get anywhere, and then I took a long hiatus. So I am back now with a different channel. It is this channel. And hopefully this channel actually gets off the ground. Okay, so I need math. Hang on, math. Each of those moves right, wait, I wired this whole section because this whole section is enough for a level 4 belt. Okay, got that right. And then it's a matter of getting that. Doing that. If I thinking Chihuahua going to space, explosive. That's the joke. Oh, the dog is relevant. Okay, yep, I get it. Gaming controversies. I don't pay attention to every gaming controversy. I do keep an ear to the ground for general game news and also like VTuber news because I end up watching a lot of VTubers. So I ended up seeing some stuff about the Cinders situation a while ago. But I also know about Subnautica 2's current controversy. And it's not really a controversy, but I do also know about Helldivers 2 potentially getting an ODST DLC when, or Warbond, when Xbox comes to town. So that's all going to be fun. And then this, it's going to be a straight line. Is it 2 notches or 1 notch? I'm going to put it here because that builds nicely. And then probably don't need to keep it going right up against the wall. Probably don't need to keep it going this far, but somewhere in here I'll swap it over to a belt 3. And that gets wired all the way down there. Schlep with Roblox. I don't think I've heard of Schlepp's situation with Roblox. I did hear something about Roblox trying to do like a dating thing at one point. But Schlep is new to me. Okay, so put that there. Put that there. Put that there. Off the edge of the map again. Gonna put that there. Each of those is 30 intake, 90. Not sure why I did it that particular way, but that, you know, whatever. Three, 6, 9, 12 at 30, 364. Did I miss one? Okay, so not over. I was rebuilding this. Did I miss one? Or did I just miscount in general? $30, 60, 90 plus 40 is 1. No, not 40. 90 plus 60, 150, 180, 210, 240, 270, 390. Okay, I got it right. Blanchep. Oh. Now that would be quite the controversy indeed if I'm understanding your meaning of certain people. That would be yeah, that would be a problem. I might have to end up looking into that. Wire that into a level 3 because that's just going to take a little bit. And that's one chunk done. Where's... hang on. Okay. I'm going to grab one of my things over here. Because I don't need this. Nope, I still need that one. That's not the right one. It's over here. This one. We've built the rods. So I'm going to take this and make note of the machines, because I want to eventually, and I'm probably going to have to build like a platform going up there for this. I want to eventually build a like storage hub around those central pillars. And I want to take any surplus materials that come from this sort of stuff. So organization, small billboard. Where's layout? Set text. Element settings. Asmongold talking about situation. Stated that he is delaying the ban of such people. You know, I would say it's important for those people to get banned out of games. But the thing that surpasses those people getting banned out of games is those people getting arrested for the correct, felonies. So, I would understand if, like, Roblox is having an issue with him. Speaking as an American, I know how the American system works. I know what the punishments are for, or I have an idea of what the punishments are for various crimes, at least in the United States. So if Schlepp is American or even Canadian, and he's like getting this sort of information and feeding it to the police, that's good. In other countries, I'm not sure the level of feedback, let's say, the police would give to such evidence. But them going to jail generally surpasses them getting banned on my list of punishments, but it's what it is. Although, then again, like, game companies and their developers, or not their developers, their publishers have been getting kind of specific and kind of trying to flex their muscles a little bit when it comes to, we own the game and you're just allowed to play. So it doesn't surprise me too much that they're starting to do things. Yeah. It's a tough spot and it's a weird spot. Like, really all he can do is hope that the community backlashes appropriately, because game companies have a bit more leeway than they probably should when it comes to who to ban and how to enforce their own rules. So what was I doing? Above equals iron plate in, 3 in, plate And that should give me an idea for those. And I'm going to come back to this section when... Well, first off, when the belts actually turn on. And I need to be able to make a bunch of smart splitters so that I can wire off all of the excess. Yeah, there's room for a smart splitter down there. That's good. Gonna be a bit of a pain in the ass trying to drag this and that together, but I mean, I can work with that. Okay, mergers. Go on this line. Go on this line. Go on this line. Go on this line. And then I need to make... it's highlighting the thing through the floor and I don't like it. I think part of it's because I don't think some of the ones above are fully hooked in. And then splitters. It got dark and the light went away and I am having with the trouble of seeing. Spotlight on the helmet is great, but it is not big enough. Are you also... You are, aren't you? Kinda get to tell when these things are the wrong height. My opinion, more like if they were active in banning, contacting law enforcement, more understanding, not send them information, bannable, respond, and so ignore problem. I agree with you. The reason I pause is because I'm trying to like figure out how to word the thought that goes through my head, because again, like if things are happening in the way that you say they are on Schlepp's end, Schlepp is doing the right thing. And I'm not going to say that Roblox is doing the wrong thing, but what you have to understand is, at the end of the day, Roblox and the company behind Roblox is a corporation. Their standards for legal liability and all that are different from the same standards that apply to you and me. I'm unfamiliar with what a chasm is, but I do know what a gray area is, so I agree that it is a gray area. It's a moral gray area. Should they have taken action and banned the individuals and reported them to proper authorities? Absolutely. The issue again is that, like, it's a company. Yeah. Oh, chasm. Yeah, the way it's spelt there, either that's autocorrect doing something, or uh, chasm the way you mean it is CHASM, and the way it's spelled in your message is CASSUM. But yeah. Yep, that's fine. A lot of people have. I get a little bit dyslexic myself, so that's all good. But yeah, there's a whole bunch of legal gray area in where companies operate and how they operate, and it's just a mess. Okay, so 60, 120, 180, 240, 280. So just over a 3 at the end. And if I have them all come into here... Oh, you piece of shit. Now! Why are you wrong? Because I did that the wrong... I hate my... That's the right way around this time. And that's the right way around this time. Ha ha ha. Please, for the love of God, tell me I didn't make them all the wrong way around. I'm fine. I'm totally fine. This is fine. This is what happens when I get tired. Come out the right side. Thank you. I didn't delete that one. Did hear a rumor of Roblox being sued. Something happening. Huh. Ooh, 10-hour shifts. Yeah, my sister used to work at Amazon, and I used to work at UPS. So working... I'm not going to ask if you worked warehouse or like in the shop, but I definitely get like... It'll beat you up. It really will. Yep. But yeah. It's... Working nights isn't too bad. It's just being kind of tired during the day that sucks the life out of you. Which is why I kind of want this to take off, because if I can just play games all day, instead of just for 2 or 3 hours, if I can play games all day, I can just have all the fun I want and get paid for it. Unfortunately, only a very small number of streamers actually get that lucky. So... Only time will tell. Time and a great deal of luck. Build a merger. Build a merger. What did I say that was? 60 output. So I want belt level 2s. That's its own thing. I didn't even hook up 90% of this shit. What the fuck am I doing? Aren't I? Look at this nonsense. I didn't even connect it. Sorting facility. 3 or 4 levels from customer facing. Yeah. Dealing with customers these days, especially, like, customer service has gotten so much harder with everyone now having a camera in their back pocket and like an Instagram audience 2 clicks away. I keep scrolling through YouTube when I'm on breaks at work, and it is some of those stories that you get from Reddit, they're insane. People are insane these days. Okay, so it's that one. Okay, so how do I want to connect these things? Because I very well can't do exactly what I want to do. And I won't have enough space in the middle for a proper splitter. Best option is probably to just split them like this. Or do I go the easy road? What did I say that was? 180, 240, 280, so we need to be a level 4. I think I'm gonna go the easy road. And I should be able... I should have enough stuff for... Yeah, I got parts. I'm gonna split the difference... Actually, no, that right there works. And then this comes over to here. Now the question is, how do I get up there? It's the entitlement, yeah. The entitlement is made worse by the camera. And the audiences. Everything is better when you catch it on camera. Do I have... How high does this get me? Oh, that actually gets me most of the way there. Okay, maybe halfway. Can I reach up there from down here? Shit. Fuck. Actually, hang on. If I build a couple of foundations... And then put a lookout tower on top. Then we hop up here. Where do I need to go? Where do I need to go? Where's my thing? Right there. Oh, come on. So close. Foundations. More tolerable. Run for the district manager. Ah, yeah, I know how you feel on that one. Let me up. I made it. Okay, so that's that output comes in from that. So left is any. Right is going to end up being overflow. And then I can delete all of this junk. Okay. And that should be all of our iron plates taken care of. Oh fuck, that means we need to work on screws. I'm not going to enjoy screws. Oh, that's going to be painful. Why did I have to remind myself that we're going to be doing that? The worst part is this is a steel pipe to screws, I think, recipe. And that produces a lot of screws and a very few number of things, and I've only got level 4 belts, and we are going to eat probably thousands of screws, and that just hurts. That hurts a lot. Why screws? Yeah, see, I didn't finish building up all these. Okay. So the reason I keep pivoting them is because if they just build like this, I've had issues before where they don't connect correctly. So I keep pivoting, make sure I hear the beep. 3 or 4 weeks, send someone for not smiling. People are way too uptight these days, my god. Especially if you're in like the service industry, don't bash employees who are working like you're obviously you're in the same boat. You're working the service industry and like, you know what I mean. The managers shouldn't be bashing the employees who are working the counter because like, you might think they're replaceable until you actually try to replace them. Beams into screws. Oh, this sucks. Oh, this sucks so bad. At least I don't have to go far. It's right there. That's kicking the nuts. Do I need all of them? Do I really need all of them? Oh, that's a lot of machines. Oh, that's a lot of machines. Ridiculously understaffed person we took from night shift to help day shift. Ooh. Yeah, that's... Now it sounds like your manager's just stacking problems on problems. That's always fun. Okay, I need to put intakes for beams. Fortunately, this is going to be like one belt of beams. That's cake. Oh, dang it. Yeah, it's only 5 beams. 5 beams in a minute. At least it's a nice, very chill recipe. That's always good. That built the correct way. Two more! Okay, that's all that. Where did I put all of my steel beams? Probably in front of the smelters, right? That would make sense. That sounds like something I would do. That's... Dear God in heaven, don't tell me I have to... it probably is... It's only one belt. It's only one belt. It's only one belt. It's only one belt. That's pipes. That's pipes. What about the beams? Beams. Beams! I fucking hate the beams. Okay. This is... While I've worked there, fired the assistant, justified, another manager also justified. Gone from having our employee list being 3 pages long to... Ow. Ow. That that's not good. I definitely feel your pain, but like that. Promoted someone to manager, put there 2 weeks. She was major helper before she got promoted. And if the district manager would leave the store, we'd fix. Yeah, that's. Sadly, that's a thing that happens way more often than it should. One person gets promoted, and then they start trying to fix things where there's not things to particularly fix. Or they start trying to adjust things, and it messes up the whole schedule, roster, however you want to look at it. But I definitely know how you feel, because the job I got, I'm one of only, like, how many people currently work my job? Got one part-time person, 2 part-time people, and I'm one of 3 full-timers. So I definitely know how you feel on that list. Don't have a biz degree, do know a lot about moral and human factors. Yeah. Yeah. It sucks. But sometimes you just gotta, like, tough it out and push through. A lot of the times things will resolve themselves after a while. Just need to stick through it until then. Things will get better. There will be a light on the other side. Yeah, I figured. It's all good. Okay, so these produce 15 beams. And I need 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100. I need 100 steel beams. Not 10, not 8. Doable. I need 100. 15, 30, 60, 90, 105. $120, 150, 180. I could wire them all into a Mark III belt and end up splitting it somewhere. Yeah. Okay, we'll jump down into the bottom section. And I'll remember to make a note with a billboard, because I'm going to need what's left of those bars for reinforced plate. Okay, so where am I looking? These ones. boy, oh boy, oh boy. How would I? Could I? No, that would be nutty. That would be insane. That would be backwards. Oh, and there's a bot. Yep. Unfortunately, bots are a great. They show up here all the time. I'm tired. I can't words English hard. Okay, so step 1. Do I even want to like route that around? Because that's like right there, and I can just. It's gotta go all the way back there. Put that, and you get a merger, and do. I could put it sideways, which kinda helps. No, it doesn't. Put it that way. We'll end up with that. Mark ones. Okay, I'm gonna work on this singular thing first. Okay, and that could be a Mark 1 because you're not exceeding 60 in that one. Double that back, and then what I could do is run it over to here. Okay, but if I run it over to here, I'm probably going to end up running it along that one. Because that goes 60% of the way there. And if it weren't for that one little thing right there, I'd have enough space to like just weave down the middle and do a nice little thing. No, I can't. Got any pets? I do not currently have any pets, no. When I was a kid, I had a dog. My parents actually got the dog before they had me. So the first, like, 13 years of my life, I had a nice, loyal dog. She was great. And then after that, we didn't get any real big pets for... Well, we haven't gotten any large pets since the dog passed away, unfortunately. But dogs don't live forever, and they all go to heaven, so... After the dog passed, my sister went through a phase of fish and hamsters, none of which lasted particularly long. Not pointing fingers, but they just didn't last particularly long. And recently, my family have started taking in some cats, so cats are kind of fun. But they don't live at the apartment with me. They are with my parents. Okay, so I take this. And Do I want it to look like that? Or, how much of that is that? That is not that. Okay, this. Wait, no, I said I was going to do the along the line thing. Conveyor roof. That. Where did you... There you are. That one. Come on. Line up. Do the thing. Do the magic clicky thing. Yes. Behaving in a way we won't be able to tolerate much longer. Oh no. Yeah, pets get kinda weird when things change or their friends pass. It's a whole thing. Okay, so if I build it that way, it angles first and then levels. If I build it this way, I think that might be the better way to do it. Because then you're only leveling across there, and the rest of it's kind of... Yeah. Yeah, that's, that's definitely some behavior. Yep. That's... Unfortunately, you know, pets, like people, have emotions, and they do not always choose the best way to express those emotions. It's a whole thing. Unfortunately. No! What level was that? That was level 4. Go level 3. Nope, don't. The problem with layering your belts is that holy shit, they get feisty. Okay. Well, that organized itself. After the other cat passed, she was normal. Now the months or so are gone. Part of it could be grief, but I know there's some animals that act out or act in very particular ways once like their partner or whatever ends up passing. So I don't know which one would apply more to your situation, but it could be either of those or both of those. I put that there, and then I move this way. Ooh, that actually kind of works. Not quite the prettiest, but it kind of works. Now I just need to, like, kick this back 2 or 3 lines. Yes. Shkadoink. Default. Okay, so that's going to be a lot of things. I'll put that there. Put that there. I'm making this like one shorter than I strictly have to, but it'll be fine. And I'm pretty sure... the place where I'm making heavy beams is over that way, so that's all going to kind of work out. Organization, small billboard. Layout, text, element. Steel beam in above screws out. Need to rehome, not gonna be getting more pets, kinda tired, care, yeah. Yeah, unfortunately that's how it goes. Especially in the current economy, like, gotta pick your battles. Okay, so what am I doing here for beams? I am not going to enjoy working on these outputs. Each output individually is a level 3 belt. I could try to combine them and divide them up and make them into level 4s, but that just seems like added work. Yeah, some pets be like that. Some pets use up a ridiculous amount of stuff. But every pet is different. Okay, so that's one thing. And here's a second. And here's a third. Number 4. Number 5. 6. So I think what I'm going to end up doing for these, instead of building a splitter that goes to each one, I'm gonna make two splitters that divide into them. Probably afford to be a 2. And then from there I can probably afford to be 1s, because each of these is going to eat, like, each individual is going to eat, well, those eat 5 apiece. So every splitter eats 15. That one's going to eat like 45. Can I actually get away with making that a Mark 1 belt? Holy crap. Oh, wait. No, that's... Oh, nope, I do need one more splitter. God dang it, Satisfactory. God dang it. Nope, that connected to the wrong thing. Where am I building from? That builds correct. I don't know if that builds correctly, so I'm just gonna like redo that. Apparently that's close enough to hook up, but I don't particularly like that that's close enough to hook up. Number 1. Satisfactory, why? That should be right. Fuck off. That. Line them all up. Piece of shit. Why? What is wrong with you? Why? Thank you. Long distance construction is fun. Okay. I'm at least gonna hook up the outputs on the top side for the screws. But we're gonna end up stopping stream once I get that done, because unfortunately I can only stream for like 2 hours, and we are getting there, and it is kind of late and I need sleep. One day to get... Oh, hognose and ball python snakes. Yeah, there's a couple streamers I watched that ended up getting snakes, and They're interesting pets. Not a pet I'd choose personally, but they're interesting pets. Elevator ride. That's one of our resource buses that goes over the mountain. Very important. Little reminder that we've got a library of recipes that I have not deemed worth investigating. They do all have one scan remaining, which I have not used because why use them when why use them now when I can just wait and eventually see if I can get something more interesting later on. Wait, where's here? These fuckers. Hognose would rather play dead than bite most of the time. Yeah. A lift Mark III on the outtake. Oh, these poor machines. But on the bright side, everything's right here. Run for a doctor's appointment. Hope to catch you again. Yeah, good luck on your doctor's appointment. My next stream is currently planned for Tuesday at 8 a.m. I'll probably end up doing some Witcher 3 then, because I've currently got a Witcher 3 playthrough going. And then I should also be streaming on Friday at 8 a.m. this week. Usually it's Tuesdays and Thursdays, but I think I've got a thing on Thursday that I need to go to. So, not going to be able to be around for that Thursday. Building things. Okay, how many things do you eat? You eat 60 screws. Piss off. Although the other one produces 240 screws, right? So that actually kind of works out because each one of those we will power 4 of these. But oh, sweet giblets, that's going to be a banger and a half to wire up. Fuck you. Thank you for letting me know that I've been playing for 2 hours. Okay. So, do that. Okay, what do we got? What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? Can I fit any rotors in there? I can. How many rotors? I don't fucking know. Not nearly fucking enough. How's about this? Can I fit that in there? How's about this? Can I fit that in there? Beams. We can fit a couple of beam piles in there. Encased industrials. We can fit that in there. I'm just looking for stuff I can throw into the freaking furnace. Okay. Oh, that's not going to be fun. That's not going to be any amount of fun. Okay, so next stream on Satisfactory, which is probably might end up being Friday of next week or like the week after on Monday, or not Monday, Tuesday, or like if I'm feeling brave on a weekend I might try it, but like next time we do Satisfactory we're playing with screws and my god it's not gonna be a fun time. Save game. Babylon. Stream. What are we at now? 26. Stream 26. We are 142 hours into our playthrough. So, thank you all for dropping by. I am going to head out. Again, current plans for stream are Tuesday at 8 a.m. and Friday at 8 a.m. At least one of those days we'll be doing some Witcher 3. And I think that handles it for now. So take care, everyone. Stay safe. Try not to do anything stupid. We'll watch out for all the crazy people. And I'll catch you in the next one. Ciao.